One of the reasons why we don't get what we want in our life and we don't achieve the goals that we want is because we're not ready to sacrifice. And I think the word sacrifice has a wrong connotation for most of you, just because when we think about sacrifice, we think about giving up things. And there is two aspects to sacrifice. First of all, when we think about sacrifice, and what does it mean to sacrifice? To sacrifice means to choose something of a greater value over something of a lesser value. To sacrifice doesn't mean to give up. To sacrifice, it means to choose something of a greater value over something of a lesser value. But the challenge is to go back to your life and define what it is of a greater value for you, what it is of a lesser value for you. So, for example, this year was a very dry year for me when it comes to my fishing passion. I have a passion for fishing, and I learned this from my dad. I used to go fishing with him. We have a lake at home in the backyard in the countryside in Romania, a small, very small lake, a pond where we always had fish. And then all my before lunch, after lunch, when I was not doing stuff in the house or not herding sheep or not herding cows, all my breaks were at the pond. And we always put fish in, and we catch fish and we eat fish from the pond. So that was kind of part of my upbringing. And of course I developed this kind of passion for fishing. And when I moved to Sweden, I figured out, here are a lot of lakes, and then I can practice this passion of mine. And I bought a lot of equipment and rods and stuff. But I realized if I want to go where I want to go in my professional career, I need to give up, I need to sacrifice my time, my fishing time. We used to do every year a mackerel fishing trip on the sea, right? We've done it for, I think since we come in Sweden every year, for the last 4 years, 5 years, right? We haven't done one this year. Why? Because we needed to sacrifice some things. So I knew if I really want to go where I want to go professionally, I need to define what it is of a greater value over what it is of a lesser value. And for me, it's of a greater value to be able to share these messages with you, to be able to impact people's life and help them, overcome those limiting beliefs that they hold for themselves that stops them from achieving their goals, than me, going and spending a morning or a afternoon fishing. Do I need time off or time to relax? Sure I do. Do I choose going fishing? Not now. So what holds you from getting what it is that you want in your life is that you might have, as many people have, a wrong belief about sacrifice. What does it mean to sacrifice? But sacrifice doesn't mean give up things. It means deciding and defining for yourself what it is of a greater value and what it is of a lesser value in your life, defining your priorities, and then stick to that. So if something is number one, but then give them your time and resources and show that is number one. And I cannot have 5 things to be number one. I need to decide. So if you feel that you don't get the results that you want in one area of your life, look what kind of competing commitments you might have. And I will cover this in another video. What kind of competing commitments do you have in your life that take away your time and focus and resources from the area that you should focus? So think about this idea of sacrifice maybe in a different way, and decide what it is of a greater value over what it is of a lesser value. And when you do that, you don't feel that you sacrifice, and you don't feel that you have to let go of things. You don't feel that you have to you lose something, because you define for yourself what it is of a greater value. I hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.